check my channel?
Yeah, it's live.
Yeah, it's live.
Kind of good.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
First and foremost, we'd like to give all glory and honor and praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
We give honor to our apostles and millstone. The salutation out there for both, which was true and all sincerity. Okay. Love, diligence, respect for and trembling. Alright, we're back at it. The spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Alright. And title of the video is "This is the end of the world," or we're at the end of the world. Okay, and what world is ending? Esau, the so-called white man world. And somebody get a second Ezra's.
Second Ezra chapter 6, verses 9.
Hey, Slaki, before you read that, because the Israelites is waking up, all right? This devil is being revealed. All right? A lot of commotion is going on in the world. Wars and rumors of wars. There's a prophecy where it says that the love of many shall wax cold. So there's a lot of things that's happening that indicates that this is the end of the world. And in fact, hold on deck, second Ezra the 9th. Yeah, second Ezra the 9th chapter. Okay? Here it is, the prophets have been speaking the end of the world, which is the end of an age or an empire. Now we all been in middle school and high school, right? And they always taught us about the Greek Empire, the Roman Empire, history repeats itself and so on and so forth. Well, we're in that time period of an empire going down. It just so happens that that empire that is falling right now is the so-called white man's empire, which is the Edomites. Edom. Adawam in the Hebrew, which meaning red. All right, Esau, Ishashua, which means wasted away. Okay, so and that's another indication that we're at the end of the world because the people are being revealed. The nations of people are being revealed right now. Okay, so who got second Ezra? Go ahead.
This is second Ezra chapter 6, verses 8. It says, and he said unto me from Abraham unto Isaac.
You know what? Start from 1.
Come. Second Ezra 6 and 1. And he said unto me in the beginning when the earth was made, before the borders of the world stood, or ever the winds blew, before it thundered and lightened, or ever the foundations of paradise were laid, before the fair flowers were seen.
Now hear what it said. It said before this and before that. Okay? Before the innumerable of angels. Before the world was formed. Okay? There was something that was set up in the heavens from Yahweh. Okay? Who is the Father, who the world calls God or the Most High. Right? It was something that was already set up before the world was ever thought of, so to speak. So this second Ezra, the 6th chapter, is going into that. Before the innumerable multitude of angels, before this and before that, before the world was formed, there was something that was going to be happen in history, okay, or the future, I should say. There's going to be something that's going to happen in the future. Okay, when we read the scripture, we're going to find out that we are in that time now. We're in that future. Go ahead.
That's right.
It says, or ever the foundations of paradise were laid, before the fair flowers were seen, or ever the movable powers were established, before the innumerable multitude of angels were gathered together, or ever the heights of the air were lifted up, before the measures of the firmament.
Hey, so when you go into Genesis, when it says and the power said, "Let there be light," and they formed, and they begin to form the world. This is before all of that. Okay, so you can understand this is before Genesis 1 and 1. In the beginning, right? This is before that. Go ahead.
It says, or ever the heights of the air were lifted up, before the measures of the firmament were named, or ever the chimneys in Sion were hot, and ere the present years were sought out, and or ever the inventions of them that now sin were turned, before they were sealed, that have gathered faith for a treasure.
Yeah, so before the whole elect, before the elect was brought up. Go ahead.
Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other.
Right.
By me also they shall be ended, and by none other.
Yeah.
It says, then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?
See, so now this is Ezra's. He's asking, when shall be the beginning of the first? Read that part again.
It says, then he answered.
This is the $1 million question right here. Go ahead.
Then he answered, and I said, and then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followed? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
Read that again.
It says, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac.
From Abraham unto Isaac. Go ahead.
When Jacob and Esau were born of him,
right,
Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
So Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. So Ezra is asking, when is the end of the world? Now, when you go into the scriptures, you always hear like Habakkuk. All right, somebody get Habakkuk 1 and like 4, and read that real quick.
This is Habakkuk chapter 1. And
then hold on deck, Acts 1 and like 6.
You said 1 and 4?
Acts 1 and 4 to 5.
You said Habakkuk?
Habakkuk 1 and 4 to 5, right at the time. Where it speaks about how long.
This is Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 4. It says, therefore the law is slack, and judgment doth never go forth, for the wicked doth compass about the righteous. Therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. Behold, ye among the heathen, and regard, and wonder marvelously.
Go up. You didn't read how long. That's like, read up a little bit.
Oh, this is Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 1.
Right.
It says, the burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see, O Lord, how long shall I cry? And thou wilt not hear.
Right. Because he said, he asked how long. All the prophets had that mindset of how long are we going to be in captivity? How long is this going to be? Okay? Because the prophets knew the history or the promises. The prophets knew the promises that Israel was supposed to be on high. Israel is the one that has the promises in the kingdom. So understand that we're going through all these different captivities, just like now today. The prophets right now is asking the same thing as the prophets back then. How long? When is this current age going to end so we can get the kingdom? Okay? Habakkuk was in the Babylonian Empire. So he's asking how long then? Because they knew the records that, hey, Israel has the promise.
That's right.
So now when you speed it up, in the time of Acts, when Yahushua came and did his ministry, right? When he resurrected, what did they ask him? How long? When are you going to do this, or when are you going to do that? This is the same thing that Habakkuk is asking. Because what wicked is taking over the earth. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, and thou wilt not save. It says, O Lord, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear, even cry out unto thee of violence, and thou wilt not save.
Yeah, because there's a lot of wickedness going on in the world. So the prophets always had that mindset of when is this shit gonna end? Here it is, 2022, and you can have a child, 7 years old, who's being manipulated through the witchcraft that he wants to be a fucking girl. How long? You see? How long? You have this devil putting chromium-6 in the water, which is a extreme cancer. How long is we gonna be? How long are we gonna be drinking this water?
Right.
How long is we gonna be breathing this air where in the fucking air it has
barium oxide,
aluminum,
sulfur,
aluminum. Okay. Sulfur is a heating agent, which is fire. It's like, you know, it's like the ash, sulfur.
Yeah.
So when you breathe in fucking sulfur, that breaks down your immunity. Because when it breathes in through your nostrils, it goes into your brain, and as well as it goes into your esophagus. So that breaks down your goddamn immunity system, man.
The lymphatic system.
Lymphatic system.
Which is more.
So when that happens, that causes diseases, that causes pain, that causes us. You see people who have a lot of
Respiratory issues.
Respiratory issues, man. So how long? That's what the prophets always ask. How long? And we're asking the same thing through the Spirit. That's why we out here. Hold on that Ezekiel, the 9th chapter. It says that mark those men that sigh and cry. The prophets were sighing and crying back in the ancient world. We're doing the same thing now today, man. Okay? Is there some more of that?
Come.
Go
It
ahead.
says, why dost thou show me iniquity and cause me to behold grievance?
Yep, and we see iniquity, which is sin. And we behold grievance, which is what? Being underneath this fucking devil, man. Seeing all the sorcery and the witchcraft this devil doing. Hell, we can see the persecution that this devil is about to try to do to the prophets, to the men of the Lord, man.
Yeah, this is just a foreshadowing.
Yep.
It says, for spoiling and violence are before me.
Yep, spoiling and violence are before me. Jake getting killed in the streets.
Yep.
You have pests out here taking people out.
Babies
We don't
being
want to be
aborted.
around this shit. Our children, you know, which our sons, our daughters, you know, in this demonic ass place.
Scripture says we are for prey. We are prey. We are prey.
Man,
Yeah, pray the part not. It says,
you know?
and there are that raise up strife and contention.
Yep. Go ahead.
Therefore the law slept.
The law slapped. And now, how was the law slapped? The law slapped because you can give the ABC, HI, LMNOP community rights. And ultimately, when you commit those particular acts, you're supposed to be put to death,
Yep.
according to the Bible.
That's
If a
right.
woman has many sex partners and she's being a harlot, she's supposed to get put to death. If a woman commits adultery, she's supposed to get put to death. But here in fucking demonic ass Babylon, well, they are trying to spin it to, oh, well,
She's not happy.
Yeah, she's not happy.
It's her body, her choice.
You see? Demonic ass shit. So we're asking how long righteous judgment never going forth.
That's right. Yep, that's
I
what it
believe
says.
that's the next verse. Go ahead,
Come.
I'm
It
sorry.
says, and judgment doth not. It's like, and judgment doth never go forth.
And judgment does never go forth. You see?
For the wicked doth compass about the righteous.
The wicked does compass about what? The prophets, the men of the Lord, the righteous. And this is the part, and you know, we understand that this is the part of the fight, because when you take that book, Revelation, the 10th chapter, and it will sweeten your mouth, then bitter. When you go to the word bitter, it goes into an irritation, agitated. You know, so and we know the truth, and we know the word, we know the name, and we know who we are. But then it's a bitter part of this thing where we are in captivity and we see the wickedness that's going on. Right?
Yeah, the
That's why we
bitterness.
asking how long.
Yeah, the bitterness is patience and waiting.
Yeah, we got the bitterness, persecution. Okay, we know what this devil has up in store against us. That's that bitter part. The sufferings. You know, we gotta suffer these people when they act evil towards us. The demons, the spirits. You know, we gotta suffer that shit. We gotta suffer being in a household with a goddamn woman that ain't in fucking order. We gotta suffer that shit. We gotta suffer a punk being our manager,
Yep.
our supervisor. We gotta suffer that shit, man. That's the bitter. How long? You know? But through the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shah, we're very, very close.
That's right.
And this is why we out here.
Nearer than what we believe.
Yeah, our salvation is near to what we believe because we're seeing the prophecies unravel right now. No, that's why the title of this is, I think it's the end of the world. Which is what? The end of the age of the so-called white man. Because after this, the Israelites is up next. Man.
That's right. It says, therefore, wrong judgment proceedeth.
Yep.
Behold, ye among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously. For I will work a work in your days, which ye will not believe, though it be told you.
Yep, and that work, that prophecy of that work is the Israelites waking up.
That's right.
The Israelites finding out who they are.
The Lord's gathering all his people.
And the Lord
Right.
is gathering all his people through the word, man.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, real quick, if a brother could jump to, what is that, Isaiah 34 and 16, from generation to generation.
Yep, I got it right here. It's Isaiah chapter 34.
There's a precept where it speaks about hurting not the oil and the wine. See?
It's
Which is the truth. Go ahead.
This Isaiah 34 and 16. It says, he shall dwell.
No,
That's
no.
33.
Yeah.
34 and 16. It says, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read.
Which is the Bible.
No one of these shall fail.
Yeah, the prophecies. And this is the point where we're at right now, because the prophets have to wake up and declare the end. And the prophets have risen.
That's right.
Beginning with what, 1970, 1969. Okay? Beginning with Abba Bivens. Okay? And from that man who we believe through the Spirit, we get our Apostle Great Millstone, is Elijah in the regeneration. Okay, so it started with him, all right, and all the way down until our apostles, and all the way down to now, to us. Read that again.
Come on. It says, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail.
And that was a big prophecy. One of those prophecies, none of these shall fail, was that the Israelites had to wake up and find out who they were. You can go read Revelation 11 chapter, 11 and 11. Okay? You can read Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, on how the righteous is standing up in great boldness. That's none of these shall fail. Okay? Beginning with that prophecy, and when the prophets woke up, that brought in the next wave of prophecies.
That's right.
Because the prophets have to declare it first. Okay? If somebody want to jump and get that, Jeremiah 28:8. Okay? And we can see that wars and evil and pestilence is going on right now. This is the indication that we are at the end of the world.
And those prophecies brought in another wave of prophets.
Yep, and certain prophecies woke up prophets.
Come on.
See? And now that's heavy.
Yeah.
We had to prophesy on certain prophecies to happen, and when those prophecies start to get out there, that helped issue in other prophets.
Well, the spirits brought subject to the prophets.
Yeah.
God. So us prophesying is literally being subject to each other.
Yep.
You know, and
it's going into the regeneration. Because the prophets of old are back here now today. You know?
It says, none shall want her mate.
Yeah. You can't make this with no other book, man. What book can you actually make the Bible with? Let's be honest. What book speaks about prophecy? You know? It was, a certain period of time where I used to go back and forth with my father because he's in Islam, which he don't speak about that shit no more. He talking about the prophecies in the Bible now.
Yeah.
But anyway, I had asked him, I said, well, what does the Quran say about prophecy? Crickets. No other book speaks about prophecy.
That's right.
The word prophecy means to say before. Okay? Which meaning you have messengers on earth that's going to say certain things that's going to happen before they actually happen. That's a prophet. See, we've been speaking about the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip. Beginning with our Apostle Tahar on down. That's a prophecy that those men were speaking in the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s, all the way until 2022, and it's overwhelming evidence on that prophecy on what it really is.
That's right.
Overwhelming. This is the indication that we are at the end of the world, man.
That's right.
See, the reason why a lot of shit is happening is because we are at the end of the world. Meaning we're at the end of an age. We're at the end of a current empire ruling. See? The Israelites, we got next. It was a group that was years ago. What was that?
That's HOI.
That's
That was
HOI.
HOI?
Yeah, Zabak.
Yeah. Free Zabak. We got next. Yeah, we honestly do got next. The Israelites got next, beginning with the elect, though.
That's right.
Okay, beginning with the elect we got next, and Lord willing, by our sacrifices, we can be worthy of being the first fruits of that. You know.
It says, "For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them."
By my mouth it has commanded, his spirit has gathered them. Okay? So through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem El Shai, and the word, we get what our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Hashem, because he is the word, has gathered us. And this is why we're here today. See, that seed was planted, and this is why through the Harakapadash, which is the Holy Spirit, and this is why you see all these different camps sprouting up everywhere.
That's right.
Because of that scripture. Isaiah 34. By his spirit it has gathered them. Gathered us how? By the word of the Lord, man. Oh, by the Urim and the Thummim, which is the internet. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, "And he hath cast the lot of them, and his hand hath divided it unto them by line."
Yeah, which is the different prophets that they have their own particular prophecies. Divided it by line.
"They shall possess it forever. From generation to generation shall they dwell therein."
And this is why we still got the book down today, because there was a prophecy that we were going to keep this. No matter what, now the devil made the slave Bible and all these different things, but it was a prophecy that said, hurt not the oil and the wine.
That's right.
And the oil and the wine is the what? What is it? The truth. Speak up. You be confident.
I thought somebody else was going to say.
Speak up. Yeah, if you got it, go ahead.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 6, and it reads, "And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say,"
Yeah, Kim.
and I heard a voice, and I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, "A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the wine and the oil."
Yep, and that's the measure of wheat for a penny and a measure of, barley?
Measure of barley for a penny.
Yeah, that was going into slavery on how we were still nourished up in that time period. Okay? Roughly paraphrasing that part. So it says, hurt not the oil and the wine. Now, back in the time of slavery, they had something called the slave Bible. Okay? In the slave Bible, they ripped out certain passages that would uplift us. And they gave us things that was talking about slavery and obeying your master and things like that. See? But see, that didn't work. Because remember, there's a scripture that says, for ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
That's right. Yeah. Malachi.
You see? In Malachi. Ye sons of Jacob are not consumed, man. So the word was still going to be here for us. We still was going to be able to possess the Holy Scriptures, man.
Got a precept?
Go ahead, you got it.
This is Sirach chapter 24, verse 33.
Now
And
you
it
jump
reads,
in, man.
it says, "I will yet pour out doctrine as prophecy,
I will yet pour out doctrine as prophecy. Okay?
and leave it to all ages forever."
You see that? Leave it to all ages forever. So by default, we were going to always have this word. By default, by prophecy, we was going to be able to wake up according to the scriptures.
You know, that was Kemet's favorite tidbit. Oh, that book's been tampered with. Yeah, you right. You right, it has been tampered with. But guess what? The truth will always be here, no matter how many times they try to tamper with the book.
When you go into the word tamper only means to be touched.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it has been tampered with.
Right, yeah.
It only means to be handled. It only means to be touched and handled.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Stupid. It's been tampered with. Good, nigga.
I'm tampering with it right now.
I got a precept.
Go ahead, Al.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 to 28. "As for faith, it shall flourish, and corruption shall be overcome. And the truth, which hath been so long without fruit, shall be declared."
That's one of my favorite scriptures.
2nd Ezra 6 and 28. "As for faith, it shall flourish,
As for faith, it shall flourish. Go ahead.
corruption shall be overcome.
Corruption shall be overcome, and this is what we're waiting on. This is the thing that's going to happen in the future, and this is the beginning process, though. Go ahead.
And the truth, which hath been so long without fruit, shall be declared.
And the truth that's been so without fruit has been declared, man. It's being declared right now today. This truth is being declared. The blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are the biblical Israelites. Okay? The so-called white man is the Edomite, is Esau, according to the Bible. The truth is being declared. Okay? Who's the wicked on earth? When the scriptures speak about the wicked, majority of the time it's talking about the so-called white man. That's the wicked, because he's been revealed. All right? Go ahead.
No, that was it.
That's it? Somebody got something? You got it?
Oh, you read 1 and 4.
Yes, you know.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24.
Acts, okay, Acts, and then Matthew 24. Okay, go ahead.
I got
This is
the
the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 14. And it reads, and this gospel
Perfect.
of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
See that? Read that again, now.
Matthew 24 and 14. And this gospel of the kingdom.
This gospel of the kingdom is good news of the kingdom. And this is good news. So this good news of the kingdom, what's the kingdom? Beginning with the wisdom and knowledge. Okay? See? This good news of what? The understanding of the scriptures. Okay, go ahead.
Shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations.
And this has been preached on the four corners of the earth now.
Thanks to the
By
spirit
the way
of
of
the
the internet.
That's right.
Because what is it? Psalm 19 speaks about how there's no place where it should not be heard.
That's right.
Okay? No other language.
And you see how the Lord is using these famous slaves, these celebrities, to actually blow the truth up.
Yep.
You know? 'Cause to be honest with you, ain't nobody expecting Kanye and Kyrie and these other people to come out and say, oh yeah, this, that, and the third. All they gotta say is, look, we the real Jews, and that'll spark people to start wanting to research, look things up, you know.
What they say, the documentary or the video that Kyrie had posted
From
it
Hebrews
became-
and Negroes.
It was the #1 watch
Yep.
ever since he posted.
Yep.
The whole world gonna
That's
know
because they
sooner or
blew
later.
it up, though. Esau blew it up.
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't have to talk about it. Esau blew it up. He did that shit. He did it in a pride standpoint of trying to butt break a motherfucker in front of the whole world.
Yep.
And it backfired. Everything backfires on this devil.
That's what's about to.
It's backfiring on him.
God.
That nigga don't be. See, Esau never thought for the long run.
He never considered to
That's
let
why
it
the
in.
nigga ate the. That's why the nigga ate the
The
morsel of
Morsel of
meat.
meat.
What does this birthright have to do with me? The nigga ain't think for the long run,
Yep.
He despised it.
and that's
Right.
his problem. He always for the now.
Yeah.
Esau's for the now. We have promises from Abraham that was gonna go into the fucking future, man.
That's right.
And those promises is being set and put into order right now.
That's right.
Esau never thought about the long run.
Yeah.
He always dealt with what was happening right then and there. We have promises that's gonna follow. It says it's gonna follow from generation to generation.
That's right.
And he was reading Galatians. And then Galatians reiterate those promises.
Exactly.
And it
Galatians.
confirms it.
Yep.
Which is beautiful. But just to add to what you're saying, Esau thought he could keep ignoring it. Well, you gotta deal with it.
Yeah.
At some point you have to deal with it. And the way the Lord put the spirit on you now you just, like the brother was saying, now it backfired on you. So you have to deal with us.
Yeah, Esau.
Whether you wanna ignore us or not. My bad.
Yeah, no, you got no. He it's been ignored. You can't ignore this.
That's right.
Not no more.
You wanted to ignore it. When you ignore something, it's like, okay, I know it's there, but I don't want to pay attention to it.
Right.
You know.
Now you
Esau
can't
didn't
ignore
want
it no
to pay
more.
attention to it because he thought that he could bewitch his way in whatever folly he thought he could do. He thought he could demonize us and already put in motions of how we're crazy and all that other extra shit. But it didn't work.
He couldn't just turn his head anymore. Everywhere he looked, it was there.
somebody get that too. Revelation 11.
That shit, that's happening more now than it has ever happened.
Yes, yes.
They're afraid.
fear.
You know?
This is
They're
real.
fear because guess what? They got the out. They got the trackings of the cell phones, the internet. They have the trackings of what your IP address, what you're looking up, what you're searching, and come to find out, a lot of these niggas is looking up this Israelite shit. These niggas is looking up this Israelite shit a way bit too much for my comfortability.
Right.
So we gotta sacrifice. Propaganda.
Cut pages, cut websites.
Prison industrial complex. Hip hop agenda. The LGBT agenda.
Great
World
circus.
Star. Shade room. Everything of thinking of any type of distraction that we can do. You know? We gotta make this decadence. And they use little dirt, Chief Keef and all them niggas, man.
They gonna start using the old niggas. They've been using the old niggas.
But see that drill population, when that drill shit came up,
It was
they
a
had
whole wave of
they
demonic.
had to capitalize off that shit.
That brought a whole nother wave of demonic activity.
Yeah, yeah. When that drill music came, they brought a whole nother wave of destroying your brother.
Well, hey, it was Busy Bone had did an interview and was talking about how they had a secret meeting to take over the rap industry,
Yep.
and so they pushed.
We
forth
did
on-
that lesson years ago.
Yeah.
I just watched that lesson. I'm gonna re-upload it. We did that lesson in like 2013. Yep.
GMS hitters.
I think it was Gmsfortress Hitters or Doc's Life. Yeah, I did Gmsfortress Doc's Life. That's what we did. With the whole industry, the whole hip hop industry, you know, and they had to do it so Jake's minds can be manipulated into continuing falling. Whatever gets to our flesh, you gotta see. Esau wanted to appease the flesh.
That's the bewitching of naughtiness.
That's the bewitching of naughtiness that does undermine the things that are honest.
Yeah, that's right.
It's sorcery, man. So somebody get that Revelation 11.
I got it. This Revelation chapter 11 and 11, it says, and after 3 days and in half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them.
Actually, start from 8.
This Revelation 11 and 8. It says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city.
Yeah, and that dead body, which is the Israelites' bodies, shall lie in the streets of that great city, which is America. And it's not physically dead. It's talking about mentally.
Yeah,
Right?
when you go into that, that actually means to fall from a state.
Yep. I remember we brought that out like 10 years ago. Well, speaking about that, the scripture says, he that dry bones too. He that
Wandereth out of the way of the
out
understanding
of
and
the way of
congregation dead.
understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
Proverbs
Yeah,
21:16.
And that's Jake. Jake, that nigga C White. I don't. I'm gonna call nigga C White.
C-Dub.
C Dub.
C-Dub, right.
C Dub, nigga with the lazy eye.
Yeah, no. Yeah, nigga,
Yeah.
no.
So if you can get a nigga to stay like that, oh, you wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
It says, in this lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
So this is the spiritual place that is called spiritually. Remember, this ain't Sodom. It says this is spiritually called Sodom, which is what the alphabet crew, and then Egypt goes into bondage, which means a servitude. And those people that are in this dead state of mind is the Israelites who are in slavery. Now we're in captivity all over again.
That's right.
You see?
It
We're
says,
slaves, man. Go ahead.
it says, where also our Lord was crucified.
Yeah, which is what they asked him out. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered up the face of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Job 9:24. See, they crucified our Lord Yahushua by putting him up as an Edomite. Treasury Bourgeois. Okay?
It says, and they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half.
So the other nations, they capitalize off of this.
Mm-hmm.
See? The other nations, they use this. That goes into Lazarus in the rich man's story where the dog licked the sores. See? The whole nation, they said, is this the beautiful city?
That's right.
In Lamentations.
Yeah.
You don't think these other nations is having councils and meetings about us, man?
Yeah. Exported us for over 400 years.
We the
No,
goose that
300.
laid them golden eggs.
It says, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves.
Yep.
And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them
Yeah.
and make
I'm sorry, go ahead.
and make merry. And
Yeah.
shall
And that's the other nations, man. They
Mhm.
made merry when they captured us, man. That's why they had the tumult in
Psalms
the
83.
83rd chapter. That's why they had the tumult. That tumult was that.
Yeah.
And they were rejoicing over us. You see?
it says, and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another.
Pick
Because
a nigga.
postcards.
The postcards.
Organs.
Organs.
Different like limbs and things like that. Hairs, you know, furniture with hair in it.
Yep.
Human hair.
So we was destroyed, man. These other nations capitalized, man. You know?
Hell, even now they still sending gifts. They sent Geronimo's skull to the Smithsonian Museum as a gift. It was donated.
Oh, Trayvon Martin, the gun he was murdered with,
Mhm.
they auctioned that out. Yeah. In an old ass
Edomites, man.
had actually
Goddamn
bought it.
Edomites, man. Oh, motherfucker. Wow.
Right, this is the gun that killed.
Edomites, man.
Very nice.
These suckers be fucked up.
Man, it says because
You other
the
nations too. We get on. Man, we get on Esau a lot. But you other nations, you bitch ass motherfucking other nations, man. You Ishmaelites. All right. I hate Ishmael.
I hate
It's-
Ishmael.
Take second place.
It's Esau, Ishmael,
Ham.
and goddamn Moab.
Moab. Moab.
You know?
Yeah, 'cause
That's
Ham-
my list. Everybody
that word,
got
no.
their own list.
Ham and Moab is interchangeable.
Yeah. I hate Hamites, bro.
Yeah, Ham getting their ass kicked. Ham ain't, you know.
Stomp the fuck out.
Ishmael over here, Ishmael on that bullshit. Ishmael on that bullshit over here, man.
It's a
But
lot.
Ham ain't shit either.
Yeah, go ahead.
But go ahead, Ash. You got precept? Go ahead, Ash. You got it.
Yeah, I still got some more. Go ahead.
But go ahead, bring yours in.
God, this is Baruch, chapter 3, verse 8. It says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity,
Yep.
where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power.
Yep. So when we went off and we sinned against Yahweh Hashem Shai, what happened was the Lord gave us into the hand of our enemies, and we are into this to this day in captivity.
That's right.
Because we was driven. When we was driven from this land to this land. Because what happened was, when we was conquered, that established nation was conquered by another nation. Therefore, we went and was captured
We're
by
transferred.
that
Transfer
nation.
over.
Yeah.
So then we got transferred from that nation when the Assyrians lost to what?
Babylon.
To Babylon.
That sound like the
And
13th.
then what? Who
Greece.
Babylon lose to?
Greece.
Greece. So we was captivity from them. Then from captivity from Greece
Rome.
to Rome. So we was driven. We kept on getting further and further from our homeland all the way to 70 AD, and we were scattered amongst the nations,
God.
and we never been back home ever since.
Well, the scripture says that we shall remember the Lord's name in our captivity.
In our captivity.
You know,
man.
so that's another indicator, letting you know we're still slaves.
Well,
you know,
Revelation 18,
Con.
Revelation 18 says the slaves
slaves
are
of souls of men. That's right.
This is
you know.
this is why this bitch gonna get destroyed.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Oh, you still reading?
Yeah, I'm still reading.
Okay, go ahead.
Con. This is back in Revelation 11. It says, verse 11. It says, and after 3 days, I'm sorry, verse 10. It says, and they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth.
Yep.
And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
That's the light is that truth.
God.
All right, and that's why we coined the phrase as the great awakening. You know,
The weights.
the awakening.
Wait.
No, God, yeah. So,
Yeah, and it says great fear fell upon them that saw them. You don't think that these elites, these Edomite elites, these Amalekite heads aren't scared? They're not afraid. Why do you think they're trying to suppress the information for so long? Why do you think they spent trillions of dollars trying to keep the information, keep niggas from reading? You know?
Why do you think that they have us on the tier? What is that?
Southern
Internet?
Poverty
Southern Poverty Law Center, kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, the terrorist watch list.
Yeah.
You know? Because they're afraid.
They're afraid. That's right. See, ultimately you had to deal with this problem, this issue, and that's proclaiming who we are. So you're gonna do a smear campaign, you're gonna prosecute, and seeing that we headed into the new world, the new phase, the new world order, you already got it set up where you got the social credit system, and those that's been, talking against the power structure. You already got it where you got certain tiers that you got categorize people in, and those that's being defined towards your establishment, you got them being put in concentration camps, man.
Red Force, Blue Force track?
Dude with the pit bull head, Jay, he was bringing that out. And he was just saying, they gonna give limits to each tier, to each class.
Talk about what's the name? Pharaoh or something?
No, he on TikTok. Big bulldog head. Pit bull head.
Oh, the black nigga.
The black niggas.
Yeah, no, but he was bringing that out. So
Yeah.
Well, if I may add, they have that. They showing you that over in what is that, China?
Yes, China.
They showing you that right now.
Social
they've
credit
been
system.
locked down for 2 years.
Yeah, they actually dragging dragging them gooks. They dragging them out of their house, man. They busting out their door, dragging them out their house, and dragging them into concentration. Unwilling.
But China trying to lead the wave into the future. They gonna be the next ruler.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying.
Sit your $5 ass down. Y'all ain't the next ruler.
Imagine the thing.
Y'all do what y'all gonna do. Y'all ain't the next ruler.
They're trying hard.
Oh,
Go
speaking
back
of
to that precept though, because it's some.
Kind.
Yeah, read that again.
It says, this is back in Revelation chapter 11, and I'm going to read verse 11 again. It says, after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them.
Yeah, which is 350 years, which is roughly between 1969 and 71, all the way until, what is that? Pardon?
Yeah, 1619.
1619, all the way until 1970. Okay? So, from that time, 1619 was when Judah was captured. Okay? It took it from Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, which are the Jews. The real Jews, man. See, the real Jews was captured, okay, in 1619 and was brought over here on slave ships, man. Okay? And the real Jews are the so-called African Americans, the Haitians, and
West Indies.
the West Indians, the Jamaicans. Okay? Those are the real Jews. When the Jews was captured in 1619, that was a prophecy. Okay? And guess who? And guess who is the tents of Judah? The tents of Judah shall be first, and that's what happened when Abba Bivens, okay, King Mashah, okay, Yaiquab, Elder Yaiquab, okay, and all of those men. Yep, King Mashah, High Priest Ariyah, which is all out of the Southern Kingdom.
That's right.
You know, and they stood upon their feet. See, beginning with Elijah the prophet, stood upon their feet. Actually, get there real quick. Get Malachi.
Can I say this?
Go ahead. Somebody get
Because
Malachi.
if the Jewish people that's claiming that they're the children of God, if they were accurate, wouldn't you think they would have destroyed the Ark of Titus?
The
Right.
water, bro. That is
Man.
the spirit.
Wouldn't
Bro,
you
I
think
got a
they
lesson for
destroyed
that. I just had it in my head, but I didn't want to say it because I want to give a lesson. But you just said it. There's Ark of Titus is all over America,
All
bro.
over.
You got the Ark of Titus, which is Judah Copter, when they took them down in 70 AD, downtown Atlanta. So, and America fucks with the Ish people.
Yep.
So why the fuck they ain't saying take down the Ark of Titus, man?
Exactly.
Bro, I got
That would've
that
been the
written
first thing
down
to
in my
do.
notes. I got it written down in my notes, so that's the
Spirit
spirit.
was just like when you said it, the spirit was. It just,
Bro, I got it written down in my notes. I was gonna do a lesson on that. Kid, you not. I was gonna do a lesson on that.
Y'all want to
Cause I
Hollywood?
thought about it yesterday. I said, wait a minute. You got the archetypes all around this bitch.
everywhere.
So why the fuck ain't these Israelis, these Jewish people getting mad that America has the archetypes? See, this is the place where they keep
That should
on talking
remind-
about that
Right.
anti-Semitism shit.
That should remind you of the Holocaust.
So-
that right there, that Titus,
the
the
Holocaust.
Archetypus, it should commemorate. It should be worse than the
So
Holocaust.
you are the fucking devil.
Expose.
That's because what they're doing
Take
is
down the
celebrating
archetypes downtown Atlanta, man.
LA.
It's downtown Atlanta, right there, smack in the city, man. They call it the something museum. I can't even think about it. But then they got Serapis at the bottom of that motherfucker, man. They got Serapis in the basement.
Yeah, they got one in Hollywood Hills, LA. They got one on Michigan Street at Loyola University in Chicago.
See?
Wow.
They got one in New York, Central Park. They got one.
I need all of those. I'm still doing that.
I can't remember where else they got
Bro,
them. Yeah,
hey,
yeah. They
I
everywhere.
kid you not, that's the spirit, man.
They everywhere.
I promise you. You know?
What's up?
Y'all stand out here dedicated as fuck, like for 6 to 8 hours a day. And I don't know shit, so like, please educate me. I feel like an asshole. Also, I'm like 2 martinis deep, but like, go ahead.
You got that courage, GC.
Right.
That's all that is.
I mean, like, should I hate myself or what's going on?
This is what's going on. All right. Have you been paying attention to the news with the whole situation with Kyrie and Kanye West?
In terms of like the quote unquote anti-Semitic shit that's
Yeah,
going on,
yeah,
like
yeah,
what's
yeah.
going on?
Yeah. All right. Well, basically, the blacks, Latinos, I wish we had the signs. But
Wait a minute. Moorish people? Like, does this come from like Moorish people or?
Well, the Moors are Israelites. Those are the true Jews.
Okay.
The real Jews are the black, the so-called African American man, the Haitian man, and the West Indies.
Wait, Haitian?
Yes.
Mhm.
Do you know that the Haitians, the African American man, and the West Indians, they came here on slave ships together, not just the African Americans?
So I mean, like everyone's kind of stemming from the same tree type thing.
Right.
Okay.
So the blacks, Latinos, and the Americans, we are the biblical, according to the
Like
Bible.
you are the biblical Jews. You are the Israelites in Corinth.
Boom.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
Okay.
And not only that is that so-called white man. I don't know what your lineage goes back to.
I am an Irish man. I come from a
Okay.
singular rock that has no delineation.
You may be
whatsoever.
okay. Well,
Maybe
Irish. You may be one of us. You just may look. See, it's not about what you look
Okay,
like.
no, that's fair. That's genuinely.
You heard
fair.
about the blacks about the nigga Irish people, right?
I can't say
Yo,
about
say
that,
it.
but all right.
Say nigga.
You know, in the early 1800s, there was a reason why the Irish were being treated like shit amongst the so-called white
that,
Americans.
Like I felt like that immediately came off of the differentiation between Protestantism and Catholicism, like in like northern England.
Yeah, but the thing is this: those are all black people.
Like the people that represented Catholicism.
England, yeah, yes. Those were black. King James, if you do your research, those were actually black men that was ruling. If you go to it's called the Royal Coats of
Wouldn't doubt
Arms.
it.
The Coats of Arms. It's a book called Nature Knows No Color Line, and they have all of the. We got, you know, if you come out here Saturday, we got all the signs to actually display. We just came out here on Tuesday, but on a Saturday, if you do come back, we'll get a sign for you, and you're gonna see all the coats of arms where they were black men ruling at that time, the Moors.
That's
In
why really
Europe.
why they called it the Dark Ages.
That's why they call it the Dark Ages, because dark people were ruling. It wasn't about no technology.
Wait, what?
It wasn't
Yeah.
about technology.
That's why they call it dark.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
we out here.
That's just outwardly racist, but we'll
Yeah.
just kind of kick that
Yeah.
stone over a little bit. Wait, what?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
It's just history. But look, don't take. Look, this is the thing. Don't take our word for it. Just go. If you have the time, you can go study it yourself. That's all we're talking about.
All right, boys. Like honestly, I haven't been out here ever, and like I haven't ever actually showed you guys any love.
No, it's
I
all
appreciate
good,
you
man.
guys because like honestly, the amount of dedication that you have just to be out here and like be present
Yeah.
and do what you need to do.
You may be an Israelite, bro.
Yeah.
You may be an Israelite.
Oh no. Let's throw that shit out. But like,
Alright, man.
You and Jay.
I appreciate y'all.
All right, bro. Be smooth.
I appreciate it.
Come on now.
Right.
Asian man like this and shit.
Right.
Bring it in. You and Jay, man. Go
You
ahead.
got too much flavor. This is Hosea 1:10. It says, "Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said
See,
unto
they gonna
them."
get mad at people that look like that, bro.
Oh man.
We just talked about
Pissed.
this
They
today.
gonna get
Apostle John was talking about this
They gonna
today.
get, bro, they gonna get
Yes.
mad. They gonna get mad.
Show you the work of the Lord.
Come on, man. That's the one thing y'all about to know.
It says, "And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living power."
And that's what's happening right now. Going back to the whole Kyrie and Kanye West thing, which we've been saying it, but it's been getting blown up because of them through the work in the Yahweh Shai. That's perfectly fine.
That's right.
We'll give
Whatever.
thanks to
What,
Yahweh
man,
Shai.
give
Yeah.
all credit to Yahweh
All praise to
Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
See?
Hallelujah.
Because we've been doing the work, you know, through the spirit of power of Yahweh Shai, but the Lord has other people in set to do these things too, to bring forth the truth. It's all about at the end of the day, it's about the truth, man.
And that gospel being reaching the uttermost parts of
That's
the
the
world.
point.
That's right.
There's so much information out there. So now their mind's like, what? Let me go and look online. Now oh my God.
Now, that's a lot of doctrines out there too.
Yeah. So the Lord can drop you off on whatever level you want.
Exactly.
That's that straight gate. See, that straight gate is all these that the fire, the
Water, yeah.
It's all these different doctrines and shit out here. The Lord has to direct you the right way, man.
That's right.
That's the straight gate.
Yeah, because you got people out here that actually know that they're Israelites, but then they also believe that all 12 tribes are black.
Right.
Stuff like that.
They got dropped off. That's a low level drop off.
Yeah.
Low level.
You got to be stupid.
And another low level, GLCC speaking about how Edomites can be delivered. That's some low level shit.
Yep.
So it's a straight gate to this thing, man.
Yep.
Everybody gonna find out who the Israelites is.
Yep.
Like I just did a lesson a couple of days ago where it says I've noticed something. Basically, you know how we always used to say what's your nationality, and people will say different religions and colors and shit, but now everybody has an idea of a Hebrew, has an idea of a Jew, has an idea of Judah, and they're actually speaking it. Come on, that wasn't happening back in 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11. That wasn't happening.
Unheard of.
12, 13. It wasn't happening. You know?
Niggas was happy answering it wrong too.
Huh?
I said niggas was happy answering
Hell
it
yeah,
wrong.
answering it wrong as hell.
Oh, I'm a Christian.
Yeah, proud to be.
I'm the original man.
Baptist. You know, I'm a Christian. What's your nationality? That was the most bugged out shit in the world.
Yeah.
What's your nationality? And they named the goddamn
Muslim.
religion.
What the fuck?
But whatever, the Lord is working, man. See? That's the whole point. The Lord is working. In fact, somebody get where it says Apollos have
Planet,
planted,
and I have
I
water.
have water, but Yahweh Shema Shah give it the increase. The Lord doing this, man. All we gotta do is just speak, get on the internet and speak the words of Yahweh Shema Shah, and the Lord is gonna do the rest of it. And this is the reason why when the seed is being planted, and this is what's happening in the earth right now, and Jake is finding out who they are. Now, between if you're a part of the hopeful elect or not, that's up to Yahweh Shema Shah. But that word is going to go out, and it is undeniable. Undeniable. Go ahead, what we got?
This is 1 Corinthians 3 and 6.
Yep.
I have planted, Apollos watered, but the Most High gave the increase.
Yep, so we went out on the highway. We planted by sowing the seed with the Bible. Okay? Other brothers that brought out precepts, brought out certain scripture, brought out some history to it. But it's Yahweh Shema Shah is going to put that seed in it for it to flourish. And that's what the Lord has done. He's put that through his men, because what are we doing? This is actually husbandry.
Yeah,
Yeah, planting the seeds.
We're breaking up the clods. This is husband. If you want to get it, Hosea, I believe 11 or 10, because this is the vineyard. What is it? Isaiah the 5th chapter. And this is the gospel speaking about the vineyard. We're laboring. Okay, so when we're tilling and doing that husbandry work and planting the seed here and seed there, the Lord is the one who's bringing forth the abundance of what was planted. And what was planted was the word.
That's right.
This has nothing to do with us, though. This is all of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah.
That's right.
Go ahead.
A little bit more.
Go ahead, you got it.
1 Corinthians 3 and 7. So then, neither is he that planteth anything, so then neither is he that planteth anything, neither he that watereth, but the Most High that giveth the increase.
That's it. Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah is going to give that increase, man.
So essentially, we're just working for the Lord.
That's it. Servants.
Verse 8 it says, Now he that planteth and he that watereth are one, and every man shall receive his own reward according to his own labor.
Woo, that's bad, man. So if we continue in this labor, doing this husbandry work, and this husbandry work ain't easy, man. When you actually do husbandry, when you actually do gardening and things of that nature, it's not easy, bro. You gotta know what season to plant this and to plant that. You gotta know what climate to plant this and to plant that. You gotta know what type of soil you can plant it in, what type of soil ain't good to plant in.
Then you gotta know your seed.
And you gotta know the seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta know the seed and what seasons they
Right, when to plant.
sprout
That's
in.
what I'm saying.
Some seeds require more water than
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is time consuming, because when you actually do husbandry work, you gotta get up at 5 in the morning. You gotta get up at 4 in the
Be
morning.
diligent, super
And
diligent.
it's a diligency thing. So this is likened to the men of the Lord that's being diligent. Like, the brother said it. He said it. And that's the spirit he came out when I said it. I didn't even know he was coming out. But he said it.
I had a brother that
He said that
lived on
we'd
the
be out here
Yeah.
all the time for
6 to
numerous
8
amount of hours.
For
You know?
years.
It ain't 6 to 8 hours,
Probably
but
feel like that to
he
him.
probably feel like that to them, because like he sees us quite often.
Kind of.
Well, that means we out here doing the work of the Yahweh Shema outside quite often.
That's right.
You know?
and he's a witness.
And,
Yeah, it's a
and
witness,
he's a witness
yeah.
too. And that's only through the spirit of Yahweh Shema outside. I'm gonna keep saying it ain't of us. The Lord puts that battery pack in us, man. You know? To come out on not on a typical normal Saturday. We just doing the work of Yahweh Shema outside. You know? Go ahead, Aki. Y'all got it.
Last verse, and then got the definition for husbandry.
Come.
1 Corinthians 3 and 9 it
No,
says,
that's a good precept. I'm sorry, Slack. I just seen this precept the brother just posted. This is Gmsfortress of the power. Shalom, bro. It says Luke 8 and 11. Now the parable is this.
Yeah,
The
kinda.
seed is the word of the Most High.
That's right.
That's it. The seed, baby. The bro said, as well as you have one in Washington Square Park in New York City,
Washington Square Park. Okay.
where I live
Central
at,
Park.
doing the work with the Akim, starting with the Apostles. Khan, hey, that was on the top.
Khan.
Man. That's it.
Shalom.
And I believe this brother is speaking about the archetypes.
Mhm. Yeah, I said Central Park. It's Washington Park.
Somebody was gonna come over talking shit. I guess the brother had something to say. So like I'm just looking at. You gotta act right. Go ahead.
Yeah, you got it.
1 Corinthians 3 and 9, it says, For we are laborers together with the Most High. Ye are the Most High's husbandry.
That's it.
Ye are the Most High's building.
That's it. We are the Most High's husbandry. We are the Most High's building, man. So, meaning we are the workers. We are the ones that was at Ezra, Yahweh Ratazah, in Ezra building the temple.
Yeah.
We was the ones who was building the temple,
Huh.
you know? And that's what we're doing right now today.
And we flee from Babylon,
Yep.
but you still had Israelites in Babylon while the temple was being.
Oh, no,
What you got?
about Shaw, but
You know,
nippy. What part of this motherfucker, ain't it?
Go ahead.
Brought my coat.
Husbandry in,
Oh, yeah, little goddamn.
in Strong's G 109 or 1091, it says, Gorgia, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it says a cultivated field, husbandry, tillage.
Yeah,
Till it. Yep. So when you till, you have certain tools or instruments or whatever it may be, and you when you're tilling, you're breaking up certain fallow ground, certain groundwork, and you know what I'm saying, in the soil, because you got to get into that mush, that nice type of soil to be able to plant the seed. You can't put it on no hard ass goddamn soil. You gotta till it, you know, and that's in the form of us
breaking down strongholds.
Being right piper to that nigga, beating his ass
kinda.
in the alley to get him to see
They live.
Put on the glasses. They live.
Yeah, and like you saying,
That's that tilling.
husbandry is hard work. There's nothing easy about it. Like you say, you gotta get up early in the morning, especially when you're dealing with different. Because you have animals that are just part of the husbandry too.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta have oxen to help till that ground, or else you're gonna be out.
It was a work. You had to get the exactly. It was a work. Now they make it more easy with the machinery,
Tractors,
but back then when it was actual tilling and husbandry work, you had to have that oxen, and they had to, you know, hold on the side so they can help you move and lay that motherfucker flat. So you can till, man.
I got that Hosea. You got more to it?
No.
Okay, I got Hosea 11 and 10. And it says they shall walk after the Lord. He shall roar like a lion. When he shall roar, then the children shall tremble from the west.
Where you at?
Let me see. Hosea 10 and 11. Slack.
Yeah, 10 and 11.
I was in 11 and 10. This is Hosea 10 and 11. It says, "It is in my desire that I should chastise them, and the people shall be gathered against them when they shall bind themselves in their two furrows." Here you go. It says in Ephraim. And Ephraim is as an heifer that is taught and loveth to tread out the corn, but I passed over.
A heifer is a cow.
Yeah.
To tread out the corn. So he's getting into the husbandry type of work. So go ahead.
It says, "But I passed over upon her fair neck. I will make Ephraim to ride. Judah shall plow, and Jacob shall break his clouds."
Yeah, so
clods.
What we're doing collectively, the Tabernacle of David, is we're being a part of that ministry work, which is the breaking up the clods, which is what? A husbandry work. Okay? Because there was a certain time period from I want to say, well, you could go to the Roman Empire. Judah and Ephraim wasn't together. You know, so now we're all coming back together again, and we're doing this work. We're fulfilling this work. Ezekiel. Okay.
You started from the start of the Assyrian Empire that Ephraim and Judah were together.
Yeah, starting at the Assyrian Empire. You know, we had certain spurts and things like that, but now we're collectively coming together. We're being a part of this ministry from a certain time period till now. The Tabernacle of David, man. Okay. And now we're all we're working. You know. Go ahead.
It says, verse 12, "Sow to yourselves in righteousness."
Sow to yourselves righteousness. So now it's sowing what? A seed. You know? What you're sowing is going into what? Planting. Sow unto yourself righteousness. Go ahead.
It says, "Sow unto yourselves righteousness, reap in mercy, break up your fallow ground."
So, if we sow in righteousness, which is doing this work, when you sow, you're going to reap. Well, what are we reaping? We're going to reap the mercy of Yahweh Shem Shah by doing this work.
That's right.
Sow unto yourselves righteousness, reap in mercy. Go ahead.
Break up your fallow ground. For it is time to seek the Lord till he come and rain righteousness upon you.
Yeah, so be brainwashed. Break up that fallow ground, which is that old mindset, the old way of thinking. You see? And like I make mention of the movie They Live, when Roddy Piper had to beat Jake ass for him to be able to see with the glasses, man. So what we're doing is, and we may have resistance amongst the hopeful elect, You know, but the hopeful elect don't get beat down to the point of submitting to the will of Yahweh Shemel Shai. We all did. You know, some brothers just came and right and believed, and then some brothers was a little stagnant on the fence. But ultimately, the word began to beat them up, so to speak, to the point where they had to submit to it, and they took part of the ministry. You know, so that breaking the follow ground. Okay. That follow ground, I'm gonna keep saying it, is the breaking up of all the bullshit out of your mind.
Well, that's why the scriptures say,
The philosophies of this world. Okay?
strongholds that we
The
break.
strongholds. Go ahead, bro. You got it. You got it?
Oh, you got it?
Read at the same time. No,
It says 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4, and it reads, "For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal,
Yep.
but mighty through Yahweh."
Yeah, see, we ain't got no guns to nobody's heads, man. The
Please.
weapon of our warfare is not carnal. All we got is the Bible.
That's right.
Imagine that, just some papers. Just a book. Just a book. And we read from these papers, right? The Bible ain't real though, you know. But number one enemy behind enemy lines.
Yep.
Enemy of the state.
Enemy of the state. That's what I wanted to say. We enemy of the state. All we doing is out here reading the Bible, and this devil is bugging the fuck out. Why? It's something that them pages is saying.
That's right.
See?
Reminding him of Nat Turner.
Hey, guess what? Hey, this book is alive, man. See? The book is alive.
That's right.
You know? And you get
Living
to really
time.
understand on this book is really alive. This is living.
That's right.
Because the word is Yahweh Shai. He's alive.
Living power.
So that's why the things is going on the earth how it is, man. You got that.
2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4.
Uh-huh.
"For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds."
When we pulling down the stronghold, let's name some strongholds. What the Lord
Cesarea
looks like.
Well, I was about to say Jesus.
That's a,
Jesus Christ!
that's a spirit. That's a number
I love
one.
you, God! I love you, God! That, man. The Lord looks, Yahweh, okay, the Most High. You know, he's not a fucking white man. Yahweh Shai, okay, the beloved Son, the only begotten. He looks like us,
That's right.
okay? The Jews, what does the Jews look like? Gamal Nasir told y'all what the Jews look like. Back in 1958, he said there will be no peace. He had an interview, and they asked him, will there ever be peace? He said there won't be peace because the Jews left black and they came back white. Okay, so that's another stronghold being broken down. That the depiction of what the Jews look like, which is the Israelites. And guess who come out of that stock of Jews? The Lord and Savior out of the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
All right? So that's being brought down. Who are the chosen? Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. And those are the descent of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay? That blessed seed stemming from Abraham all the way until now. What's another stronghold? The white man.
The devil. Yeah,
The
who the devil
devil.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, that man of sin.
So-called white man. The man of sin. That's another stronghold that's being broken down, man. You know? Who is salvation for?
What I said about the who can we say?
Yeah,
That's another stronghold that's being broken down, man. By the Bible, though. We got motherfuckers bugging out because we saying that we are the chosen people.
What do you mean? They get offended.
Our own people get offended.
Yeah, our own people get offended.
man, we just can't be shit. Excuse my French, you know.
Yeah, like
You know what I mean? We can't be great.
who said if Kyrie would have posted some was it Sotomayor? Kyrie, he said if Kyrie would have posted some gang related stuff for us,
They would have went right past it.
We wouldn't have cared.
They wouldn't have gave two shits, man.
Good job, Kyrie.
See? If Kyrie was posting some goddamn Lil Wayne, some Meek Mill, some dirt.
I like that nigga.
Rest in peace, Takeoff.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what LeBron has, dude.
And they put rest in peace Takeoff.
Right.
And then all of the celebrities that's giving homage to the late Takeoff. That nigga took off already.
Right. Spirit took off from his body.
Right, exactly.
Out of there.
Somebody made astral project the spirit world.
Come on, man.
Like that. Like that TikTok.
Good right now.
They're doing something like that. They be in the heavens.
And see, this is proving that the white man is the devil. This is proving that you ish people actually do run the world. Because what does Wes Ye's bank account have to do with this shit?
Exactly.
Why they tell him to get his money out the bank? What the fuck do they have to do with
When I
it?
hold your cash.
Come get
Right.
your
See, y'all acting like a bunch of bitches. That's what y'all acting like.
If the nigga was crazy, let him be crazy.
Right.
If it wasn't true, you
Right.
know, if it wasn't true, why you going all out high and low?
Yeah, he
To
said,
destroy it?
They bought 4 seats to the Nets game, and they took up a whole row with fighting the entire cemetery.
It was 8
That costs money. Huh?
and that's what he said. He said that they run the
Nah,
world.
that shit,
He
no,
said they run the
them
world.
seats cost 11 G's, yo.
Yep,
Them
11K.
seats cost 11 to 13 G's, man. Them niggas got in free, they ain't pay that shit.
Hell no.
Right.
Hell no. My uncle owned the arena. Fuck outta here.
My grandfather.
But
Now you got it.
we're going into back to Kyrie, you know, right? If he's supposed to be crazy, right? He done said a lot of controversial things, man. You know, the earth is flat. He
What's
agreed.
that nigga going off on that?
Well, yeah, you know
I'll
what I
get
mean.
it.
But I'm saying, like, he done said a lot of controversial things, right? They never put the spotlight on him until he started talking about who the real Jews were. You know?
Oh, when he didn't get the jab.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why, because
They
it's a
been having a
combination
scope
of,
on
yeah,
it.
it's a combination of things.
Yeah. Cause why you watching his account that hard?
They been having a scope on it. But let's go ahead. Let's hit some more scripture. We're gonna close out.
So we got
Offended for a word.
Jeremiah 29 or
Offender for a word?
kind.
I think about Isaiah 29.
Yeah, I'm about to say
29 and 21.
Actually,
I got it.
perfect. Read that all the way down to the end. That's a good.
Got
shit.
it.
That's I love the last ending of that chapter.
This is Isaiah chapter 29, verse 21. It says that make a man an offender for a word.
Yep, offender for a word. You know, so when we speak certain things, we offended to everybody. Now, that's offensive. You know, and all we doing is speaking truth.
Let me start with a few verses.
Okay, you got it.
This is Isaiah 29 and 19. The meek also shall increase their joy in the Lord Yahweh,
right.
and the poor among men shall rejoice in the Holy One of Israel.
That's right.
For the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off.
That's Esau.
Ain't they watching for iniquity?
That's Esau. So-called white man. And eventually he's gonna get cut off. Go ahead.
It says that make a man an offender for a word.
Yeah, that make a man an offender for a word. Because if we speaking that we are the true Jews, and we are also anti-Semitic, Shemitic, let's get it right. It ain't Semitic, it's Shemitic. Okay, we all come from the line of Shem, man.
I can't even say the word, bro.
In fact, it's Ham, Shem, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Okay? Those are the three brothers who begin to repopulate the entire world. So Japheth is the Aborigines. Okay? Then you have Ham, which is the so-called African tribes. Ethiopian, Libyan,
Libyans, Egyptians,
South
Africans.
Okay? Foot.
Yep, you got Foot, Canaan,
Yep.
Ham,
Canaan,
Cush.
Cush, okay? And then you have Shem, okay, which is the so-called white man comes out of Shem. But guess
Which
what?
make him a Hebrew Edomite.
He's a Hebrew Edomite.
Yep. Ammon and Moab come out of Shem.
Ammon and Moab, those are Hebrew Ammonites and Moabites. Okay? Ishmael.
Yep, Ishmael, yep.
Ishmael.
He know he come out
He's
of
a
Shem.
Hebrew Ishmaelite. We are Hebrew Israelites who come from that same line.
That's right.
That's it. Okay? But within that line, our Fax Dad, and Ibar, Eber.
Eber, yeah.
Okay,
That's the legacy right there.
that's
right.
the legacy, and going on to Noah and so on and so
Because
forth.
they called upon the name of the, those are the sons that call upon the name of the Lord.
That's
Yep.
right.
Through that lineage.
So there's only two class of groups that are not Shemitic,
Right.
and that's the Hamites and the Japhites.
That's right.
But the rest
But
of
the rest
everybody
of-
is really
Yeah,
Shemitic.
the Elamites, Shemitic, the Assyrians.
But Esau don't, you know.
He
The
wanted
world
to
doesn't
all
know
this
this,
stuff.
but yeah. He the only Shemite. Like, damn, nigga. You gotta be everybody.
Yeah.
Right, you gotta be everybody. The last samurai. You gotta be
Damn.
Last samurai nigga can't fight. Go ahead. What you got up?
It's like, it's more.
Well, think about it. He had to cover the whole world.
10%.
He's the anointed cherub that covers. He had to cover the whole world.
Yeah, no, it's a
Yeah,
that cover.
yeah. It says Isaiah 29 and 21, that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate.
See, they lay a snare for him that will prove in the gate.
Mhm.
What my man said? He said, I cannot be anti-Semitic because I know where I come from.
Mhm.
That's a hard ass statement. I cannot be anti-Semitic because I know where I come from.
Oh, he practiced that shit.
He said, I
That was
cannot
hard,
be
I ain't gonna lie.
anti-Semitic because I know where I come from. So they make him offender of the word, man. He reproving in the gate. He told them that America was built off occultism.
He said it's true.
He said, I'm just speaking my truth.
And that's real shit.
Stipulations.
Go ahead.
It says, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught.
Yep, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. The hell with you niggas.
Mhm.
What y'all saying don't matter.
Verse 22, therefore thus said the Lord Yahweh of power, who redeemed Abraham, concerning the house of Jacob, Jacob shall not now be ashamed, neither shall his face now wax pale.
See that? So we won't be ashamed. See, we won't be in a low state anymore because of Abraham being redeemed.
That's right.
Abraham was taken out of idolized, idol worshiping world. All right, the Ur of the Chaldeans, and he basically was clean. You know, separated by what? By the covenant, which is of the circumcision. Okay. And that promise that was given unto him in the 17th and 18th chapter trickled all the way down into Abraham. Trickled all the way down to Isaac and Jacob.
Right.
Remember, Abraham had Ishmael and Isaac. The seed that was called was Isaac.
That's right.
Isaac had Esau and Jacob. The seed that was called was Jacob.
So twice, it skipped twice. And untraditionally, it goes.
Untraditionally,
It goes to the first one.
Yeah.
that's the spirit.
It goes to the firstborn, but the Lord said no.
That's the spirit.
God.
That's why before all these things was made,
Yeah, who
Yeah,
listed?
yeah.
The spirit listed where it goes. Yeah.
before everything was made, go back to that. Second National 6 real quick. Somebody grab that. And that's the purpose, man.
It says, and hey, this is grandfathered in. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
It
Literally.
Says, yeah. It says, but when he seeth his children, the work of mine hands, in the midst of him, they shall sanctify my name, and sanctify the Holy One of Jacob, and shall fear the God of Israel.
Yeah, and my point that I love so much about that scripture says, Jacob's face shall not wax pale. That means we're going to stand up before on our feet, and we're going to declare this truth, and we're going to be proud about it. Like he said, he kept saying, I'm proud about my heritage. That's Jacob's face not waxing pale.
Yeah.
Woo. That's why we out here. We're not ashamed of who the fuck we are, man.
Made our
We
faces
are
harder than
declaring
flint.
that we the Israelites, man. So whatever comes with that is just gonna have to come.
Oh.
Because that persecution is what's gonna come. He knows that he has a short time.
Yeah. That's right.
So Jacob's face is not waxing pale right now, man.
That's right.
Meaning you see all these different camps on the highways and byways declaring their nationality. Going back to what the brother brought in Hosea. Then shall it be known who are my children.
We shall be called the sons. Where they weren't. Well, Then they shall be called the sons of the Most High.
Then shall they be called the sons of the Most High. Well, it was said that we were not the Lord's people.
That's right.
Come on, man. We literally watching prophecy happen before our eyes.
That's right.
And dig this. We are a part of it.
That's right.
We are a part of the prophecy happening, man. Because we don't know how, because we're standing up. Our face is not waxing pale.
Oh, slap.
Go ahead, Al.
Come. Verse 22. 23. No, 24. It says, they also that
Can't make
erred.
this up. You can't make this up, man.
That's right.
Ain't no way.
I started 23 again. It says, but when he seeth his children, the work of mine hands, in the midst of him, they shall sanctify my name, and sanctify the Holy One of Jacob, and shall fear the Most High of Israel. They also that erred in spirit shall come to understanding, and they that murmured shall learn doctrine.
They that erred in spirit
We
shall
gonna
come
wake
to
up.
understand it.
They that erred in spirit. We was erring in spirit.
That's right.
We was in Islam. We was in different doctrines of the world.
Yep. Philosophies.
Philosophies of the world. We was in every fucking thing. We erred in spirit.
Yeah.
You see? But now,
Can
the
understand.
Lord sent that Harachakodash, the Comforter, and He woke us up.
That's right.
You know?
Guided us into all truth.
Yeah, I felt that.
We got
Alright,
30,
we gonna
30
leave in a
minutes.
minute.
He said, I'm getting
Anybody
tired of
else
y'all
have
niggas.
else?
Second
Yeah,
Ezra.
you said, go ahead. Yeah, finish that second Ezra's up, and then get yours, and then if not else, we gonna roll out. I'm at 50%.
This is 2 Ezra 6:1. It says, and he said unto me, in the beginning, when the earth was made, before the borders of the world stood,
Beginning.
or ever the winds blew, before it thundered and lightened, or ever the foundation of paradise were laid, before the fair flowers were seen, or ever the movable powers were established, before the innumerable multitude of angels were gathered together, or ever the heights of the air were lifted up, before the measures of the firmament were named, or ever the chimneys in Sion were hot, and ere the present years were sought out, and or ever the inventions of them that now sin were turned, before they were sealed that have gathered faith for a treasure. Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth?
So he asked, when is the end of the world going to be? When of this particular age is going to be over? Okay? Go ahead.
It says, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac.
In the beginning. All right? Genesis, the 25th chapter. So he went all the way back.
Con.
Go ahead.
When Jacob and Esau were born of him.
So, at the end of the world, Jacob has to be identified, and Esau is going to have to be identified. Second
right.
Thessalonians. See? Isaiah, the 25th chapter, the 7th verse.
That's right.
All right? The Lord lifted up that veil, and as well as identifying that wicked. Okay? Esau is the wicked, and blacks, Latino, Native Americans are the righteous, which
Right.
makes up the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
And we're holding his heel by bringing down the lies. Okay? That's what's happening right now. Okay? That's exactly what's happening right now. This is the end of the world for Esau. And it's beginning with bringing down all the lies.
That's right.
Because he had to be identified. Oh, no, wait a minute. Wait a motherfucking minute.
Who is this guy?
That's the wicked. This is the nigga that's doing all this evil shit on the earth.
Yeah.
Those people that's being hated are the Lord's chosen.
That's right.
That's what's being found out right now.
Even other nations, they'll say, is this the man
Yep.
that did shake kingdoms? You know? So even the other nations start finding out who you are as well. Because this gospel has to be preached over the whole earth also so the other nations can figure this out as well, man.
The other nations are getting their judgment.
Yeah.
See, gospel is being preached is because we got Israelites in the other nations that gotta wake up. Fuck the other nations. You got Israelites gotta wake up. That's amongst the other nations. You know, they couldn't. Their judgment declared it to them. Cause y'all other nations going into slavery too, man.
That's right.
That's right.
Shackles, man. All right. Anybody got one more? Anything else?
Oh, a little bit. I got two sentences.
Go ahead. That's it.
It says, "For Esau's end of the world, in Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth."
Yep. Yeah, so we the Esau's the end, we the beginning. You know? And that's what we're looking forward to. A new kingdom, a new heaven and a new earth. The scriptures say this earth is gonna pass away. This is the fashion era is gonna pass away also. And the Lord's word, the word's gonna remain forever, which is his wisdom. And the scripture say wisdom leadeth to a kingdom.
That's it. It's knowledge first. That's in the pocket.
Yep, that's right. It starts with this wisdom, it starts with this.
Start with the word first. So this is where that kingdom is going to begin. This is the beginning of it.
Yeah, the Lord said the kingdom is within you.
Yep. That's it. So, with that, Lord willing, this will edify to those who elect. You know what I'm saying? And, hey, we just came out here through the spirit of God. How about Shemal Shai? Lord willing, we'll be back. You know. But with that, we'd like to give all going out in praises.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Abba,